Hey guys, it's Voplin the Dwarven Priest on Thunderlord. I have two different Shadow PvP specs that I'm going to share with you today, so let's get started. Okay, so our first build is more of a cookie cutter build, and I'm just going to run through the talents really quickly for you guys, kind of explain it. So in your first tier, you're going to pick up Darkness, increases haste, improves Shadow Word Pain, increases your damage there, and Veiled Shadows, which reduces your Fade and Shadow Fiend abilities cooldowns. In the second tier, you're going to want to pick up Improved Psychic Scream. That's self-explanatory. You're going to skip over Improved Mind Blast. We're going to put those talents somewhere else. Improved Devouring Plague, self-explanatory. I would assume that it just increases that damage, and that's a spell you're going to be using a lot. Twisted Faith also just increases your spell damage pretty much and utilizes Spirit more. Third tier, you want to pick up Shadow Form. It has been nerfed come Cataclysm, but it's still better than nothing. Next we have Phantasm. Phantom, I don't know how you say that word, god dang. Your Fate ability now has a 100% chance to remove all movement impairing effects, so that's very nice for PvP. Harness Shadows, you're just going to put one talent in there. That should be sufficient. Basically improves your Shadow Orb ability. Fourth tier, you're going to want to pick up Vampiric Embrace. That's the buff that heals you when you do damage, and members nearby. Silence. Silence is a must-have for PvP. Over to Masochism, which is actually a really weird word. I actually looked it up, and it's getting something. The meaning is getting sexual pleasure from pain and suffering. So that's kind of weird, but basically what it does is it's very cool talent actually. Its main way to regenerate mana. If you lose 10% of your health or damage, yourself with Shadow Word Death, you're going to instantly gain 10% of your mana back. Now with Mind Melt, that's going to improve your Shadow Word Death ability, and also your Mind Spike and Mind Blast ability. Vampiric Touch, that's a must-have. You'll be using that a lot. That's a high damage dot that you're going to put on your enemy. You also want to pick up Pain and Suffering, so you don't have to keep reapplying Shadow Word Pain. Psychic Horror, necessary for PvP. Sin and Punishment is also a nice way to reduce your Shadow Fiend cooldown and fear your target if Vampiric Touch is dispelled. Shadowy Apparition, that is a pretty cool talent. My only complaint is that the apparitions actually walk kind of slowly, so they don't always get to your target, especially if it's running away. But it does some good damage, so you're gonna want to pick that up. Sorry. And Dispersion, self-explanatory, and a regen. Now, if we go over for the last 8 talent points, we're gonna put into Discipline, 2 into Improved Powered Shield. That will improve the potency of your shields by 20%. Twin Disciplines increases your shadow damage by 6%. And now we're going to go into Evangelism. Sorry. We'll be utilizing the Dark Evangelism, which is going to increase the damage done by your periodic shadow spells by 2%, but that stacks 5 times, so that's going to be 10%. And then when you consume Evangelism, you're going to be going into Dark Archangel, which instantly restores 5% of your total mana, but that's times 5, so you're going to get 25% of your mana back, which is very nice. It's going to increase the damage of your Mind Spike, Mind Blast, and Shadow Word Death abilities also. So that is the first basic cookie cutter spec for PvP. I'm gonna go look at the next one now. Okay, so the second build is a little bit more focused on being able to heal yourself. So I'd say this build, if you do more BGs than arenas, I'd go with this build. So let's get started. I'm going to go through a lot quicker because it has a lot of the same talents. First here, you're going to pick up all of Darkness, all of Veiled Shadows. You're going to pick up Improved Psychic Scream in the second tier, as well as Improved Devouring Plague with Twisted Faith. You're going to leave out Improved Mind Blast once again. You're going to take Shadow Form, that's a obvious one. Phantasm, once again, that's an essential PvP talent. Harness Shadows, you're going to take that. And then in the fourth tier, you're going to take Silence again. You're going to take Vampiric Embrace, Masochism, Mind Melt, and that's it for the fourth tier. You're going to take all those fully. Paralysis, in the fifth tier, you're going to take Vampiric Touch again, Pain and Suffering. Now, in the second to last tier, you're going to take Psychic Horror again. You're going to leave out Sin and Punishment, because we're going to put those talents somewhere else, actually. I'll show you where in just a second. Shadowy Apparition, you're only going to put 2 talents in there. Like I said, not too happy with Shadowy Apparition, just because of how slow they walk towards your target, but it's still a good talent to take 2 of. And then lastly, Dispersion. Now, we're going to go over to Discipline. We're only going to put 2 talent points in Discipline. Usually Discipline is the tree that highly complements Shadow, but you're going to see what we're going to do in just a second. So you have Improved Power Word Shield. That's just a must-have, because you're going to have Power Word Shield on yourself as much as possible. Now we're going to move over to Holy. Empowered Healing. That just increases the healing done by your Flash Heal, Binding Heal, and Greater Heal. This is when you need to heal yourself out of Shadow Form. So this is why I'm saying this is more of a BG. You're not going to be doing this too much if you're in arenas. Divine Fury just reduces the casting time of those healing spells you have. Now, last, Surge of Light. This is a very nice talent, especially if you're going to be healing yourself quickly. You have a 6% chance to heal that your next that one of your heals will cause your next flash heal to cost no mana and to be an instant cast. So that's very helpful if you're healing yourself up really quick. However, you could take those 2 talents out of there and put 1 in Desperate Prayer, which heals the caster for 30% of their total health instantly. That's very powerful. That's a very nice talent, and sometimes I just don't want to give that up. That's a very nice talent that you could spec into. And then you'd have 1 more point left. You could either just put it into Inspiration, or sorry, why did I say Inspiration? I meant over here into Twin Disciplines or Mental Agility, or you could even come back and put it into one of your Shadow specs of your choosing. It really doesn't matter. You could even put it back into Surge of Light. You just have less of a chance. So do whatever you want with that last talent point, but that is the second, more BG oriented Shadow spec. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's useful. If you found any of the information wrong, just leave a comment below and I'll try to address your question. See you guys next time.